Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making the Swiss steak from the Betty Crocker Lost Recipes cookbook. I'll be starting off with 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and adding in 1 teaspoon of ground mustard and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Once the flour mixture has been whisked together, it gets sprinkled across one side of a round steak that's been trimmed of any excess fat, and then I've cut it into serving size pieces. And then next I'll be using my meat mallet or meat tenderizer in this case to tenderize the meat, plus kind of help penetrate the flour mustard down into the meat itself. Once I have the first side done, I'll repeat the process on the second side. Once I got all the meat floured and tenderized, I went ahead and heated up at 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in the bottom of my pan, and now the steak is going to brown for about 7.5 minutes on one side. Once the first side has browned up, it gets flipped over and cooked for an additional 7.5 minutes. Once the beef has been browned on both sides, add in 1 can of diced tomatoes and 2 cloves of garlic that have been minced. Once this comes up to a boil, it gets turned down to a low simmer, covered and allowed to simmer for 1.5 hours. Now that this has been sitting here simmering for about 1.5 hours, I'm going to add in a cup of water and 1 large onion that I've sliced up, as well as 1 bell pepper. Once this comes back up to a boil, it gets reduced back down to simmer, covered and allowed to cook for an additional 5 to 8 minutes or until the vegetables become tender. Today I'm going to be serving the Swiss steak over some mashed potatoes, so that could easily be some noodles or even rice. All I have left to do though is dive in here and try it out. It smells absolutely incredible. The meat is incredibly tender. It just melts in your mouth. The vegetables are nice and tender, and overall I'm really enjoying this dish. The only thing I think I could use in it is maybe a little bit more salt and probably a touch of pepper, but overall an incredible dish from the Betty Crocker Lost Recipes cookbook. But that is going to be it for me for the day. If you guys have enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you tried this recipe out, let me know how it turned out for you. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.